Hooked on Fishing was brought to you by Matamata Sports World. For all your friendly advice and service, see us first. Hi, Chris Bungard helping you plan your weekend's fishing. Well, Happy New Year to you and welcome to 2015. I hope you had a lovely Christmas and a little holiday period there perhaps. In the retail business here, we've been flat out trying to help people get out, get their fishing gear and go and catch a big fish. There's been lots happening around the place. The little streams and rivers around the Waikato and the Rotorua region at the moment, very low, very clear. If you're a farming fraternity or your garden's getting a bit dry, you'll realise we haven't had a fair bit of rain for quite a while now. So the streams are very low and clear, so they're hard to approach really. You've got to be very careful, a stealthy approach to the edge of those streams, otherwise the fish are going to see you and just be gone. Always fish in these little streams around the place with the water coming towards you, so the fish are facing away from you, so you're coming up behind them. That's very important, and really during the daytime at the moment it's pretty tough. So in the evening at the change of light, or just as that sun drops below the hills or tree line, whatever, if you can find an overhang of trees along the riverbank, all the better. And fish that evening rise now, the little small imitative fly patterns. If you're into spinning, get out your little black beetle imitations and that sort of thing. Your little brown beetle, black beetle, green beetle, those sort of imitations are really working well at the moment. But really, it's tough during the day, as I said. Try it in the evening at that change of light. Get the kids out there in the evening, it's great fun. In the Rotorua region, talking to Glenn Skinner down there, now he's really pleased with the way the lake fishing is going at the moment as far as the jigging goes, particularly Rotowedi, Tararua and a close third to Okataina. Now what's happening at the moment, because this warm temperatures, this thermal levels are coming in, and those fish, they sit below that thermocline level, so you might have 10, 15, 18 metres of warmer water, and then you've got that cooler layer of water, and the fish like to sit in there. So with your depth sounder, keep an eye out, see where those fish are lying, and then use your coloured braid or just, you know, if you're a good guesstimate job, get your braid and your jig set down to where those fish are lying and just drift if you can, if the wind's not too strong, and just drift through those areas and you'll pick up some very nice fish. He's had some beauties down there lately. Also, of course, at the moment with the temperatures being so high on the lake service temperature, these little stream mouths around the place are the place to fish because the trout love that colder water. Similar in Taupo, the rivers are low and clear. Fish in the evening at that change of light, get your imitative patterns out. A little nymph on the bottom with a dry fly on the top works quite well. You use a dry fly as an indicator. And out on the lake itself, early morning harling is working quite well. Now to the sea fishing, well, they've had a dream run lately out the west coast, and boy, they deserve it. After October, November and early December was so windy, Mother Nature really kicked herself around out there and didn't really allow us out there much. But at the moment, there's nice snapper coming in, anything from 38 metres out to 50. They're all over the place at the moment. Spend a bit of time with your sounder because they're in that spawning mode and they will be in little patches. They may not be always on the bite, so just watch out with your sounder. Get to know what your snapper, most guys who are used to their sounder will know what snapper sign looks like. Basically like a little upside down boomerang on the bottom. If you see some sign like that, that's usually snapper. If there's a lot of sign on there, it's probably, for want of a better word, crapfish really, you know, mackerel and all those sorts of things. So if you can, avoid them. It'll be full of barracudas and all that sort of thing. If you can, just target the snapper, obviously, and around about that 38 to 50 metre mark. Also out there's just getting a few skippies around now, and I would suggest if you're heading out wide, take a lure with you as well. In the Coromandel region, it's a wee bit patchy at the moment. What's happening, of course, the fish are in that spawning mode, so there is days when you can go up there and, boy, you will struggle. Lippy that works for me, her dad went up the other day, her and her brother, and they really struggled because they're in that spawning mode and they go off the bite. But persevere, look around, get that burley going, leave your motor running if you can, and imitate the barge working or something like that. And at certain times of the day, you will get a bite up there and generally come home with a feed. Over the hill into the Mercury Bay region now, that's an area that's getting pretty exciting at the moment. The snapper fishing in the evening has been good, but out wide, there's quite a bit happening now on the game fishing scene. A mate of mine got a nice 149 kilo blue marlin the other day, just outside the hook. He was on about the 500, 550 metre line, so it's quite deep out there. And quite a way out, but it's safe, you know, if you're in a good quality fizz boat these days, take a couple of years out there, pull some lures around because there's some nice fish. Now, another exciting thing is that there is some yellowfin showing up now. We haven't really had any yellowfin in the Bay of Plenty waters, the odd one maybe, but boy, there's been some nice ones turning up. In the Whitianga tournament they just had, there was a 103 kilo big eye tuna caught. and half a dozen yellowfin, which is really exciting, really good. Up north around Stevenson's Island and those sort of areas there. One boat went out the other day and got 5 yellowfin in one day, so he was absolutely stoked. He also got a hook up on a marlin as well. So if you're heading out into the bay, plenty around Mare Island or from Motiti to Mare, Astrolabe, around that area there. Certainly put a lure out if you're travelling to Mare, because as I said, the likelihood of getting a fish is not great, but at least they're there, and if you've got a lure in the water, you've got the opportunity, so give that a crack. Now, if you'd like a new reel, well, of course, Kilwell have come to the party again for 2015. You can get yourself in the draw by giving us a call on 0508 647462. That number again, 0508 647462. This has been Chris Bungard helping you plan your weekends fishing. Hooked on Fishing was brought to you by Matamata Sports World for all your friendly advice and service.